Que pasa, bonjour, what's cracking? Alright, I'm back with another episode about the Security Plus exam. This is for people struggling with the actual exam. If you spent countless hours studying but still feel uncertain about passing the exam, then this is the right spot for you. Trust me, I know so many people are struggling with countless hours of unclear explanations, confusing concepts, and just general frustration. So today I want to continue focusing on simplifying some Security Plus exam concepts by walking you through exam questions step by step. Stay tuned, take notes, and let's get going on your path to certification. Question number 18. Dante, a network technician, is setting up a new branch for the bank. The end users at the new location will need to access resources securely as if they were at the main location. Which networking concept would be the best solution for this? A. Virtual network segmentation, B. Physical network segmentation, C. Site-to-site VPN, or D. Out-of-band access. When you see the phrase virtual network segmentation, what they're really saying is creating separate networks by using VLANs. VLANs are used to isolate networks. Think of it as creating separate lanes on a highway. It helps keep network traffic from different departments organized in their own lane. Dante's bank probably has HR, finance, and IT departments. By using virtual network segmentation, Dante can avoid a data mixing scenario. If everyone is on the same network or subnet, you risk having scenarios like this. What if someone from the marketing team accidentally accessed a shared folder from HR that contained employee personal data? How about malware infecting a computer in finance that eventually spreads to every department? Now, VLANs aren't going to 100% prevent confidential data from being exposed to unauthorized personnel or malware spreading from one department to another. But cybersecurity is all about working in layers. VLANs are just one more layer of protection to decrease the odds of data mixing scenarios like I mentioned. Now, as far as the question is concerned, this answer is wrong. Virtual network segmentation typically operates within a single location. Think of it like separate floors in a building. Virtual network segmentation isolates traffic between floors, but it doesn't connect separate buildings. This solution needs to securely connect users at two different locations. Option A, VLANs, is not the answer. Okay, so for option D, out-of-band access, once again, imagine your network is like a highway system. Cars or data travel on the main roads, aka the primary network, but what if there's a traffic jam, or in this case, a network outage? Out-of-band access is like a separate emergency lane that lets IT administrators access network devices like routers and switches from a separate dedicated management network. This separate dedicated lane allows the IT department to troubleshoot issues without relying on the primary network. This can be helpful in a situation where the end user network is down. Out-of-band access ensures IT administrators can still access devices to diagnose and fix issues. These dedicated management networks reduce the risk of unauthorized access to critical network devices like routers and switches. For example, end-user networks are more prone to issues like high traffic, hardware failures, or human error, making them more likely to go down compared to management networks, which are isolated from regular operations. If Dante's bank used IP-based security cameras, they're most likely placed in the out-of-band management network. That way, they remain operational even if the main network fails. The goal here is to maintain building security while the IT department deals with the network issues affecting the end users. Now back to the question. Out-of-band access is designed for device management, not providing secure access to resources across locations. It helps IT administrators manage network devices securely, but it wouldn't provide secure connectivity between two locations. Option D, out-of-band access, is not the answer. Option B, physical network segmentation, involves physically separating networks using different hardware and cabling. For example, let's say a data center is responsible for maintaining both sensitive financial data and public-facing web servers. Physical network segmentation is the concept of completely isolating these servers using separate switches, routers, and cables. This is another example of security working in layers. Physically isolating the networks where the financial data resides helps decrease the odds of unauthorized access from someone on the internet pivoting off the public-facing web server. But for this question, separating networks physically across different streets, cities, states, or even countries is logistically challenging. In addition to geographic constraints, there's scalability concerns, financial costs, and technical limitations that all add up to option B, physical network segmentation, as the wrong answer. It's just not a viable solution. Now let's look at option C, site-to-site VPN. What Dante wants to do here is extend a private network across the internet so remote users at the new branch can access the main network as if they were physically in the building. A site-to-site VPN can be used to connect these branches securely, allowing employees to access shared files and communicate privately as if everybody is in the same building on the same network. For this question, Dante will use a site-to-site VPN to extend a private network across the internet. Number 19, in the event of a security incident, which of the following should be captured first? An external hard drive, system memory, an internal hard drive, or network interface data? Okay, so let's quickly knock out the wrong answers. This question comes down to you recognizing static data versus dynamic data. Both the internal and external hard drive options store data. If the drives get disconnected from a computer or the computer shuts down, the data stored on these drives won't disappear. The data is already stored and can be analyzed later. And that's why options A and C are wrong. As for option D, network interface data is stored in either system logs or logs for routers and firewalls, or through network monitoring tools like Wireshark. These logs capture details such as connection attempts, IP addresses, and traffic usage. While real-time traffic data is no longer captured when a system is off, the logs provide historical data that can be accessed for analysis later on after the connection ends or the system shuts down. So that leaves system memory. This is the only option out of the four that loses data once there's no power or if the system is turned off. Basically, because system memory data is dynamic, while the other three options are static data, order of operations dictates that you save the system memory data first. The type of data I'm talking about includes things like active session tokens or password hashes or clear text credentials that may be in use. The answer here is B, system memory. In a security incident, CompTIA wants you to know that you should prioritize capturing system memory, also known as RAM, first to preserve critical evidence. Janae, a law firm technician, wants to protect the firm's customers' individual information, which is stored at a remote facility, from inadvertently being compromised through a violation of the security objectives. Which of the following best describes the customer information that is being stored at this facility? A, trade secrets, B, personal health information, C, proprietary, or D, confidential? Alright, so let's cut to the chase. The answer here is D, confidential. Customer info like names, addresses, and financial data are sensitive. A business has a duty to maintain client confidentiality to avoid unauthorized disclosures that could harm their customers as well as their reputation. As for option A, trade secrets typically refer to things like Coca-Cola's secret formula or KFC's 11 herbs and spices. Option B, personal health info, refers to things like a patient's medical history or treatment plans. And finally, option C, proprietary, refers to business-owned intellectual property, like the source code for Microsoft Windows or designs for a new smartphone. Make sure you're subscribed so you can get more Security Plus exam question tutoring like this one. If you're serious about passing a Security Plus exam and breaking into cybersecurity, don't stop here. Check out my Security Plus playlist where I break down key topics and practice questions step by step. Every video gets you closer to your certification and that dream job. Click here to dive into the playlist and let's keep crushing it together. If you want to reach out for help or inquire about my personal tutoring services, check out the Tech or Die contact link in the description of this episode. remember, success is a choice. Make your future now and subscribe so you can manifest your cybersecurity goals with the next episode.